There were some good things that happened this week. At the very least, Kenya is launching its own satellite.
Nice.
Beyond the whole risk conditions, beyond the whole public markets brouhaha, that silver lining is a very, very important one. But it's making me look at, okay, what's Africa's place in the whole space exploration? I mean, when there was space wars in communist era, US, Russia, China, nobody even do we okay, let me not even say anything. But yeah, we are bringing someone from behind the scenes. She has a lot of backstory about Nigeria's and Africa's space efforts to look at Kenya's satellite launch. So Onome, thank you for taking time out from
Yeah, it's good to see you on the camera.
Good to be dragging you here. You didn't come here on Women's Day, International Women's Day. You didn't come here whatever other days.
Was you share me in the outside? Like,
Yes, it's a must.
Yes.
That's what we are here for.
It's beyond people. It's young people that will do things like that to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You see now your people they do person. Yeah, but what's happening with Kenya? Just give us a lowdown and
So yeah, basically Kenya is launching its first satellite. It has never launched a satellite before. So it's launching it.
Really?
Yes, never.
really. I mean, Nigeria, even with all the wahala, has at least one or two.
Some are redundant, but let's not go there.
Oh,
I will go there.
Go there.
But yeah, basically Kenya has launched its first satellite. Satellite is called Taifa-1. It means one nation or one Kenya in Swahili.
Okay.
And so it's an Earth observation satellite. Basically, it's a satellite that's supposed to observe Earth and send back information back to wherever it is supposed to transmit information. It's supposed to help them with getting information on their land. Currently, they're suffering a drought, so it will help them with all of that. It will help them with mapping out things. Like there's a lot of things that it's going to help in agriculture. It's going to help in let's see, so that I know that I'm not saying rubbish. It's going to help them in agriculture, environmental issues, and all of that.
Climate change
and all of that.
Dope.
Cool.
That's basically what.
So, but I'm actually surprised that this is the first time they are launching an Earth observation. Is this like a recurring trend for African countries?
So currently, African countries only have, I think, 50 satellites.
How many countries are in Africa?
54.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
So that is the thing. It's not all African countries.
Oh, okay.
So at least 13 African countries have 48 satellites. That's what.
Oh.
That's where it's getting. So that's only 13 have 48. So that's
Only 13 have 48. So
Yes.
I'm guessing at least half of African countries don't have satellites. At the very least half. So, but even those that have, how functional are
so a lot of them are.
Nigeria is a case study.
So Nigeria has one functional one.
Okay.
But according to the DG of NASDA, he says it is functioning by grace. So
It's functioning by grace.
Those were his words.
It's not by
that is his words. Those are his
mine.
words. There's no. It was one that said it. It's not me that said it. He said they will not come from. It's one
Glory
that
to
said.
God.
No. You
Yeah.
say horses are drawn for battle, but
So yeah, it's functioning by grace. That is what he said.
wow.
So
Like even the functioning one is
yes.
functioning by
So
grace.
it was supposed to expire like a few years ago, but only God knows that it is still alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really, really crazy. So no silver lining.
So for them, for Kenya, it's a good thing because, like I said, they are facing a drought. So it's something that will be helpful for them to solve all those problems and all of that. But there's another interesting thing that I want to mention is that there's no African satellites. All those 48, all those 50 satellites, none of them have been launched on African soil.
Okay.
Yes.
So they were launched
Just
from
gets
rockets
interesting
in
and
Europe.
interesting.
And
Yes. And the funny thing is that Africa has had 8 rocket launch sites before. It gets more interesting. None of them were made by the African countries themselves. So,
Maybe we're not
it's
just
like-
noticing. Maybe.
so like none of them, not a single one. We had in Egypt, Kenya even had one. That one was found by an Italian person. I think it packed up in
I think we need to do like a quick article, like quick facts on space. Maybe say space exploration in Africa, or Just something we date with who has what, how many words. Just something quick.
Okay, who will do it?
I'll do it. I'll do the honors.
I've gotten the one from last week. Both
Which one is that?
Lagos State Road.
Oh yes. No, it's not forgotten. It's actually still.
Someone actually responded.
Yeah,
On the YouTube.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
What do you
On
say?
YouTube. They said, I can't remember, but it gave an estimate of 75 million to something like that.
Interesting. I have to check that out. I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so that's thanks for that. I thought it was good news, but it depressed me even more. Thank you, but no
I
thanks.
mean,
good
it's
news
still
for
good news
them,
for
it's still
Kenya.
good news.
We should only hope that Kenya doesn't end up like,
Yeah.
the
No,
others.
what you guys are saying right now is like saying, oh, Nigeria finally has a car.
There's no movie.
No, the car, like we just got our first car. Like when
Oh,
Fumila
okay.
Yorason
Oh,
got car,
okay.
as first woman with a car, whatever. Sorry, my history memory is a bit foggy, but for me, that's how it feels, right? Are we actually building these cars from scratch in Nigeria? Are we, I mean, beyond assembly, the ones that are trying to build these cars from scratch, how much support are we even offering them?
Yeah.
Let me give you a silver lining.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
so this satellite was designed by Kenyan engineers. It was designed by the Kenyan engineers.
Kenyan engineers, like
Yes.
Kenyan,
Yes,
black Kenyan
black
engineers.
Kenyan engineers.
All right.
Yes,
Emmanuel.
that's one silver lining.
I'm
That's silver lining. So
No,
just,
No, I don't want
just
to
that
be
Okay.
okay.
just like they were not the one that manufactured it.
But at least it was designed.
It was
well.
designed by
Wait, when you say
them.
design, do you mean wireframe and Figma?
No. I mean, in
no,
engineering,
no.
it's
Like
more.
AutoCAD? No, I'm sorry.
I'm not an engineer, but
No.
okay. Let's even say it's like wireframes and like.
No. I'm not trying to slice them or anything. I want to make sure that they actually got the concept, because let's take Apple for instance. Most of their phones are not manufactured by Apple. They
Yeah.
do the R&D, they do the designs for the phone and outsource it to a manufacturing
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
Is that what
Yeah,
happened?
basically that's what happened.
Makes sense. Perfect.
Dope.
I'm very happy about that. But yeah, they came up with the concept for the satellite, even though it wasn't manufactured in Africa. That's fine. If we can, I think if Africa can invest in R&D, we probably don't really need to be manufacturing these things ourselves. But of course, where we
Yes, exactly. I mean, we don't. I mean, just look at the Apple example. They are not doing it, but it's still brilliant.
They do
They do
some
the research.
manufacturing,
Yeah.
but not.
I mean, the most important thing, which is they're cheap. They don't make it
No,
themselves.
Yeah.
But it's still one of the best on the market.
So yeah, thank you for the civil and I'm really, really happy about that. And I want to be seeing more of that, right? Across not just satellites, rockets, cars. I mean, check out our feature of Kiftab. They build defense equipment for governments and security agencies across the globe. That's a really, really crazy company.
A Nigerian company.
Yeah, Nigerian company. They are the one coming up with the concept. Again, it's not really designed in Nigeria, but they're the ones that come up with the designs and the concepts for the products. And there are lots and lots of, there's a lot of gap in the talent market for people like this. And trust me, you will remember this podcast episode. I wanted to inspire you to do really, really awesome stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, you don't even need to remember me. Just remember Tech Point and you'll be fine. So don't forget our newsletters, Tech Point Digest, FinTech Today, Workaholic, and the Lagos Startup Expo. If you're solving a problem for the Nigerian market, for the West African market, you should be at the Lagos Startup Expo, because people looking for the solutions to that problem will be coming. I don't need to say more. Go to LagosStartupExpo.com.